Huawei just made a very big claim, and honestly, this could change how chips are made in the future. For many years, the tech world has followed something called Moore's Law. The basic idea is simple. Companies keep making chips smaller and smaller, and when chips get smaller, they usually become faster and more powerful. That's why companies keep moving from bigger manufacturing processes to smaller ones, like 10 nanometers, 7 nanometers, 5 nanometers, and even 3 nanometers. But now, Huawei is saying something interesting. What if you don't need the newest and smallest process to get top performance? Huawei's rotating chairman, Uksu Ji-jun, says their new idea, called Tau Scaling Law, can help a 7-nanometer chip perform like much more advanced chips. Think about that for a second. Instead of spending huge amounts of money trying to make tiny transistors, Huawei wants to improve how the entire chip works together. That includes the device itself, the circuits, the chip design, and the whole system. In simple words, Huawei is saying, don't just make things smaller, make things smarter. And that is where things get really interesting. According to Uksu Ji-jun, if companies can get excellent performance from a cheaper 7-nanometer process, why spend much more money chasing newer manufacturing nodes? That's a question many companies may start asking. Because making advanced chips is becoming extremely expensive. The smaller the manufacturing process gets, the harder and more costly it becomes. Huawei believes there may be another path forward. Now, Huawei is not saying Moore's Law is dead. They're not trying to replace it. Instead, they're saying there should be another way to improve chip performance, a different road, a different strategy. And Huawei says they have already tested this idea. Uksu Ji-jun even compared it to when Moore's Law first appeared many years ago. Back then, not everyone believed in it immediately. Over time, people saw the results and started following it. Huawei says the same thing could happen with Tau Scaling Law. If it works, people will naturally accept it, no convincing needed. But that's not all. Huawei also revealed something called logic folding, and this could be used in its Kirin chips coming in 2026. Normally, chip makers often stack different layers together. Imagine placing one sheet of paper on top of another. That's stacking. But Huawei's logic folding sounds different. Instead of simply stacking layers, Huawei may fold chip structures in a smarter way to save space and improve performance. Think of folding a piece of paper instead of just piling papers on top of each other. The exact details are still limited, but Huawei believes this method can help make chips more powerful without depending only on smaller manufacturing processes. And that's really the key message here. Huawei is trying to prove that the future of chips is not only about shrinking transistors, it's about smarter engineering, smarter design, smarter use of resources. If Huawei is right, we could see powerful chips built on older manufacturing technologies that cost less to produce. That could be good news for companies, good news for device makers, and maybe even good news for consumers. Of course, we still need to see real-world results. Big promises are one thing, actual performance is another. The real test will come when Huawei launches its next-generation Kirin chips and shows what this technology can actually do. But one thing is clear, Huawei is challenging the traditional way of thinking about chip development. And if Tau Scaling Law really delivers what Huawei is promising, the chip industry could become a lot more interesting over the next few years.